It's Alexis Hasselberger here, time management and productivity coach. Does it feel to you like we're in the very beginning stages of a transition, that we might be kind of slowly, cautiously emerging from this kind of COVID hellscape that we've been in for the last, I don't know, 18 months? Now, certainly don't want to say that this is happening everywhere. There are some parts of the world where things are not going well at all. And I want us to be thinking about that. But also, there are some parts of the world, like a lot of the US, where it actually seems like things are transitioning and changing a little bit. My one of my book clubs is going to meet in person for the first time since February of 2020, and that can happen because everyone's vaccinated. And so, as we start thinking about these transitions, as we start thinking about what's next, I thought this would be a good time to think about a simple framework that we can use to really think, do we want the same things? I keep hearing this phrase, the new normal. There's no new normal. Like, we'll have to kind of create it for ourselves. There's definitely not a going back to what was before. There's no back to go to. But I think thinking about these things from a framework of, what do I want to keep? What do I want to stop? And what do I want to restart? So if we can think about what we want our life to be in a post-COVID world, we're not there yet, but what do we want? And how can we think about how the last year plus has changed us, and maybe what we had thought we knew about ourselves or our lives, what we thought was possible about ourselves or our lives. And so if you can think about keep, stop, restart, what would fit into those categories, right? What are the things that are going really well for you right now, that are working great, that you want to keep doing even when things change on the outside world? What are the things that you do not want to bring back into your life, right? What are those things you hated doing pre-COVID and you don't want to do them? You're not looking forward to them. In fact, you're relieved to have been missing them. And there's not one day that you thought, oh, I wish I could have been doing that. It's probably a lot of those things, right? And then what are those things that you're just so excited to restart? Those things that you really have been missing, that you have just been wanting to do. I mean, I know for me, my one book club is part of that, right? It's fun to see friends in person again. So what are those things that keep, the stop, and the restart? Now, there are a lot of different ways we can think about this. There are so many things, so many categories of our life. So if you're not sure, where to even get started, let me give you a few suggestions, right? Thinking about the office. Do you want to return to an office 5 days a week? Maybe, maybe not. Maybe 2 days would be great. One day, maybe you never want to go back. That could be possible now, right? You've been working at home, you've been doing your job. Just because your office is letting people back in doesn't mean you have to be one of them if you don't want to. We have a little bit of leverage now because we've been doing this from home. Thinking about your weekends. Do you, a year from now, want to be staring down another Saturday of child's birthday parties for kids your kids don't even really like, and then going to Costco and then a few more errands? Like, I know I don't. Like, I'm not looking forward to lots and lots of weekend plans, and so I don't plan to bring a lot of that stuff back, right? I have to think about things differently to make it happen, but I want to think about that vision, right? Then there's things like family meals, right? Maybe if you live with other people, you've been eating together a lot, and that's been great. Maybe you want to keep it, right? Or maybe you're just sick of each other. Uh, Things like restaurants and bars, is that a part of our life we've really been missing, or have we really not cared that much? The outdoors. I've been doing a lot of hiking. That's been my primary method of, I don't know, recreation over the weekends over this time, right? Hiking around nobody else. And I really actually have been enjoying that. I didn't do that as much before, so that's something that I want to keep. And then thinking about other pieces of our lives that may be smaller. Masks is a really interesting one. Masks are actually going to stay part of my life. Certainly, they're going to stay part of my life until we have true herd immunity. Like, vaccines are not what is going to stop this virus in its entirety, right? So I'll be wearing a mask just as I have been, until there's true herd immunity, until the vast majority of people have been vaccinated, until we don't need to worry, and that's probably many, many months off. But also, even when we don't need to wear masks anymore, I'm still going to do it sometimes. My family has not gotten any colds this winter, not a single one. So I'm going to be wearing masks in the wintertime on public transit, etc. I'm also going to be wearing masks anytime that I might have a little cold and be outside and possibly could get other people sick. It's not something I did before. Quite frankly, I didn't even think about it, but I'm going to now. And so really think about these three areas of life. The keep, what do I want to really keep doing that's been working well for me? Maybe we can have a little bit of gratitude for what's happened, even though it's been really, really hard. What do I want to stop? What am I not going to bring out that I need to figure out how to make plans to not bring back? And then what am I so excited to be making plans to do once I can? Think about these three options, make that vision for yourself of what you want this next phase to look like, and then start worrying about the plans. Then start worrying about how to actually make it happen. But we want that vision first, and then we can plan after.
Hey, it's Arlies here. I just want to quickly tell you to like and subscribe because not a lot of people do it, as you can see on screen, and it will really help us out. And we're trying to get monetized, so if you could help us by just clicking the like or commenting for the YouTube algorithm, it would be really helpful.